New at 6, the capital murder trial begins for this man, Luis Antonio Arroyo. Now, you may remember him. He's one of 3 inmates who recently escaped from the Bexar County Jail back in March and was later caught. But prior to that, he was accused of killing 2 people in a violent attack. Our Eyewitness News reporter Sharon Ko has more from the only victim who survived. Courtroom evidence included audio recordings of his alleged attack, which may be disturbing for some people.
Sounds of terror and panic pierce the ears of those in the courtroom. You can hear in a replay of a 911 call the desperation from Tandalyn Jackson to get help from police. Jackson testified that in January 2016, she noticed her cigarettes were gone and believed 41-year-old Luis Antonio Arroyo took them. He was a good friend and was over at Jackson's place a lot.
Tandalyn would cook for him. Sometimes he would refer to her as Mom or Sue.
Jackson says they also did drugs together. She says that day, she went down the street to tell him to never come over again.
Mom, I didn't steal your cigarette. I didn't steal your cigarette. I said, yes, you did.
Jackson says later that night, Arroyo kicked down her front door. He had a gun wrapped in a pillowcase and started shooting. Jackson says her daughter Kita was shot.
I called the police when he started stabbing, when after Kita got shot, and I was pushed on the floor. I took it and just dialed 911 and laid the phone on the side of me.
Jackson broke down in court, recalling how her daughter, who was shot and stabbed, did not survive.
Were you able to go to Kita's funeral?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
Because I was in the hospital.
The state says Arroyo also shot and killed a man named Rodney Spring at Jackson's home. Ballistic and DNA experts will be testifying in the trial. It continues tomorrow morning. Sharon Ko, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.